baby girl a message saying I'll be coming home. Rather be alone.
You don't know the words. I can try to sing though. She don't understand me. I'd rather leave than to cheat. You know what I'm saying? I just need time. That's all I need. I can be that man. We've been together for a long time. How much time do you need? Here she goes. She on that singing stuff again. I don't know why our apologies for it going so. We don't know how to fix that. So, you got some ideas, let us know. Hi, everybody.
And welcome to the
Can't Get Right Couple.
Boo, yeah.
You seem pretty excited about tonight. About this new video.
Yeah, I'm just overly dramatic. Don't pay me no attention.
Well, I mean, this is good.
But the title of this topic is
Is it? Do you ever feel like you just?
Why took you so long to do that?
Do you ever feel like you just go through periods where you don't love your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend?
You don't like them. You love them, but you don't like them.
You don't want. Yeah. No.
And you trying to figure out where you.
Yeah. You ever go through that?
Like, do I really want to be here? Because this dude is tripping.
Yeah, she's tripping. I mean, we all go through that.
And if you saying that you never went through that, you's a lie.
Yeah. I mean, it ain't like the point where. Let me give you an example. Like sometimes I just feel like I don't like her. I don't like.
You ain't never been to that point where you don't.
Well,
like
I did. I remember when we first got together, and she couldn't cook, and she called herself cooking some mashed potatoes, and she put too much salt in them. I had to ask myself, how much do I love this lady? You know what I'm saying?
I can't even believe you brought that up. I can't even believe you brought that up.
Certain moments like that.
Well, you ain't skinny today.
Well, I ain't skinny. Since then, she has evolved into a gourmet chef, and I truly appreciate what she does.
The Lord has blessed these
hands.
But,
I think we all go through those moments of where we just kind of sit back and look at our significant other and be like, yeah, I don't really like them today.
Just like a comedian said, you know how you wish your spouse wouldn't breathe on every breath?
Yeah, because you're blocking my blessings.
Maybe every other
breath.
Yeah,
so, I think we all...
why is this focusing like that?
I hate this camera.
Control,
if anyone knows how to really get a camera and it doesn't focus like this, I don't really know what to do to fix it. So that's our apologies for that. Because your Apple is just as bad, and you don't do the posting. But anyway, back to the show.
Oh snap! So tell me how you really feel.
So what about you? Do you ever? I mean, can you think of any moments or situations where you just felt like I don't really like him today, and you just
all the time.
You just had to be in your moment
all the time.
Look at her. Oh, there was a time actually. There was a time that we really thought that maybe we wasn't going to make it. Yeah. We was actually living in Hawaii, and it was a beautiful day. And she kind of been in her little funk for a while. She kind of been in her mood, and she wasn't the same. And I'm not sure. Did you already give birth to Sean yet, or was it before Sean?
I think it was before Sean.
So maybe she was going through postpartum something.
Michael was already two and a half.
But she actually came to me and I was like, what's wrong? And I was like, do you love me? And she paused. And I was like, oh, what's wrong? And then, of course, she went into those situations I love you. I'm just not in love. I hate this camera. I hate what this... I don't like it. I don't like it. Let's see if that works a little bit better for us.
You're bringing that too close.
Well,
my eyebrow's not done.
Yeah, but we have to. But anyway, she came to me and she was like, I love you, but I'm not in love with you anymore.
Sometimes you do feel like that.
So I mean,
but for me, I was at a point where we had just left the main part of the United States to go to Hawaii. So and he was going on deployment. So I was pretty much by myself with Michael. I didn't have Sean at the time.
She was homesick.
I was really, really, really homesick. So anytime that I got to leave, I was outie 5,000.
Yeah, she was.
So I think that was more of being homesick than anything. But
yeah.
I did have doubts. Like, you know what? Do I really want to be married? Do I really want this? It goes through your mind, don't? And if you say it doesn't go through your mind, even in the most happiest relationships, please don't kid yourself with that.
Yeah.
He never came and told me that he didn't want to be married to me or he didn't love me.
Because I didn't want to hurt her feelings. Yeah. You know, like I said, I didn't want to hurt her feelings.
Shut up.
So,
but hurt my feelings.
You know,
I'd have just packed my purse and my drawers and been out.
Well, okay, then.
You can keep the kids.
Okay, you didn't mention the kids, that's right. You just said person. Okay, I got you. Well, at least we know who's telling the truth now.
Exactly.
At least we know where your heart is at.
Where you really stand.
It is.
Tell me how you really feel.
So, we all go through those moments where in a relationship where we just feel like, it.
And trust me, that is a process. And you know what? It is okay for you to have those feelings.
It is.
You're human at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? When we take that plunge into getting married and we give our heart and our soul, our mind, our soul and body to another person, and you're saying for the rest of your life, till death do you part. Till death do you part.
Yeah.
It's like, it's nice at the time because you're in your pretty dress and your tuxedo and you got all your family and friends in front of you and you've been waiting for this moment for the rest, your whole life to just be glamorous for this one event. And a lot of people don't really take heed to what they're really signing up for when they do get married.
Yeah, they do. Now,
marriage is not going to be all howdy-doody every single day. It is not. Sometimes I just want to take a tweezer and just pull all his hairs out of his beard.
Probably so. I mean, she made him because of the stress. That's why I said I don't really like her.
Like that, so
now, there is situations where couples go through things and they get to the point where they, we just falling apart. We're not on the same page anymore. We're not together anymore. It's like, and there's so many different scenarios that can go on in a relationship. But I would have to say is you have to really sit back and really evaluate the relationship as a whole.
And figure out whatever y'all going through. Is it something that y'all could really sit down and have a civil conversation with as husband and wife?
Yeah.
Or is it something that's needing extra attention?
Oh, yeah.
So those are some of the things you have to really sit out and do, because if not, your marriage is going to crumble. Your relationship period is going to crumble if you don't get down to the nitty gritty and kind of try to fix it. You know what I mean?
And you gotta ask yourself, all the work that we put into it, especially, if you've been with somebody married for 5+ years, and usually, a lot of people are together. They are together for a while before they even get married. So you got to ask yourself. You got a lot of stuff invested into each other. Is one situation going to cause you to say, "I'm done"? You got to think about it now. Social media, TV, everybody's married today, and the next day they're divorced.
We are in groups that they have the people post the most minute problems and stretch them to be so big.
Yeah. And
they're like, okay, I'm ready for divorce. Well, you just got married 3 months ago. Those situations that you're talking about, did y'all have those before y'all got married?
Yeah.
Did you notice these things before y'all got married? Did you address them? Really, I feel like, I know another topic that we could talk about next time. Okay. I'm not going to get into it.
You got to write that down so you don't forget it, okay?
Yeah. So just really sit down and figure out. Y'all both in a relationship. Y'all both took these vows to be there to death do you part. So utilize it. Trust me, our relationship, we've been through some stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Kiss me right here if we
We're not going. We don't need to talk about all that stuff in the past. But what we will say is that our relationship hasn't always been peachy creamy
Yes, it is.
or
It's been
strawberry
good.
shortcakes
Yes, it is. This has been strawberries.
or
This has
peaches
been
and
like-
cream or peaches and herb.
It is. But you gotta
Juicy.
You really have to really sit down and really.
To see how strong you are and see how strong
Yeah,
your relationship is.
I mean-
Because if your relationship was already on a strong foundation, then you could break through. But if you just pretty much got married just to say you got married, then your stuff is going to crumble,
Yeah,
baby.
it's gonna crumble, and not a whole lot that you can do because it really wasn't supposed to be anyway. So you got, really evaluate your situations and really look at what you guys have. Really sit down and really, people be like, well, write down the pros and cons of things. Write down the pros and cons of being with this individual. And a lot of things can really with communication and patience and understanding and love.
And separate financial stability out of it, because people are using financial stability too much as a crunch and whether they're going to stay with a person or not.
Now, there's certain
We're
people-
not living the best life in the world, but we're good. Our bills are paid, everything is good. We can go to the store, get what we want. But at the end of the day, don't use financial stability as
There you go, try to fix up
pro
the house
or
again.
a con, or whether you're going to stay with a person or not. Because if we go broke today, we'll live in a cardboard box together.
You have to be.
It is what it is.
You have to be.
Or I'm gonna have to go get prepared to go on that
On that pole.
that night walk.
But yeah, you have to really ask yourself really what's important. And
Yeah.
I probably said it about 10 times already because it's really important. And you have to really sit down and really evaluate you. And we don't want to be like, well, you're in a relationship and things are going wrong, so it's got to be your fault. Not necessarily, but it starts with looking at yourself. What can I do different?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and when both people are looking at themselves individually and seeing what they can do better, it's amazing because I talk to people and I really wasn't this focused on my husband, or I wasn't really this focused on my wife, and I didn't give the attention that should have been, or I shouldn't have did this and I shouldn't have did this. Well, you know what? That's just a matter of choice. That's a matter of saying, okay, I haven't been doing this. This doesn't work for her. She doesn't like it. She needs this attention. I need to give her this attention. I need to do what I need to look at myself, evaluate my life, and say, okay, I need to make these changes because I want to be with so and so. I want to be with this person, and I need to make changes within my own life.
Yep.
And when both people are truly willing to do that, it's amazing how things come together, because now it's no longer about me, it's about us and what can I do in order to help us be better. And that's very important.
Very, very,
So-
very important.
And I think once I even realized that as a husband, when I realized that, then I realized that we can have even a better relationship than I thought we had. Because even if you got a good relationship, it can be great. And that's what you and everyone else should be striving for, is to have that strong relationship, that strong, great relationship. Because
and
it's possible.
just remember, you can have great relationships all the time. However, things do come up.
Yes.
Attitudes change, feelings change, mood swings kick in, different things like that.
Yeah.
So just go with the flow, baby.
The strongest way to combat any of those things, because they're coming. Just because you married and it looks like everything is okay, and they're coming. So the best way to combat any of those issues that are coming, and believe me, they're coming. There's nowhere in the rules book to say the couples ain't gonna have no problems. So they're definitely coming. Communication. If you have a strong baseline for communications, you guys can work through everything. Don't keep secrets. When you start keeping secrets and problems coming up, then that's when things start getting revealed. That's when attitudes blow up, and that's when things really get out of proportion. So have a strong communication line together, that when those issues come up, then you know I can go talk to her because we have a strong communication line, and we have an open door policy for both of us, so we can do that. I'm sorry. so we can keep those lines of communications up, and that makes a big difference, because you will see a lot of relationships where they have problems And it's even worse because they don't have a good line of communication. And because they don't have that, then I'm not talking to you, or I'm not going to talk to you. And you know what? Blah, 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 blah. And then before you know it, a little issue could have been resolved in a matter of a few minutes if you guys had that line of communication.
Yep.
So we all feel that way once in a, while we together. Even if you're a boyfriend, girlfriend, you feel that way. I don't know if I really want to be with them. That's a normal feeling. But just look at the rewards of being with that person. So, but there's situations where it may not be salvageable. It may be something that, hey, we definitely need to go our own ways. It happens. You know what I'm saying? And am I saying I'm telling you to go do that? Absolutely not. Disclosure, we're not marriage counselors, okay? We're just talking from experience of what we've been through. So record that.
Yes. So we ain't going to take up too much of your time. You guys have a wonderful day.
And remember, communicate.
Yes.
And you heard that from the
Can't
Get Right couple.
Peace.